Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Today I've taken up a very informative topic. You all must have heard elections in news right now. Lots of things which have been spoken about elections and election commission and lots more, right? And that is why I thought this is the right time to talk about elections. So I am going to take up elections and I'm going to talk about the related vocabulary, how to use those vocabulary in your own sentences, and the last part will be I'm going to speak about why elections are very important. Okay, so guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. Now let's get started. We all are familiar with elections. Every 5 years we have elections, and then state elections are there, right? There's so many kinds of elections which goes on round the year. So to understand elections, to know about it, we need to know certain vocabularies which are related to elections, right? There are lots of words which are very specific to elections, which we talk about while we are talking on this topic. So that is why I've just thought of taking up this topic and speaking about the vocabulary so that you understand things better, or it gets easier for you to understand elections in India a lot better and in a very easy way. So I'm going to take up vocabulary, very simple vocabularies, general vocabularies I'm going to take up. I'm going to tell you how you can use it in your own sentences, which will help you to understand it even better, so that tomorrow if this topic comes up, it will be very much easier for you to speak in front of others about it. Okay, so let's begin. The first word is elect. Elect means to choose somebody, right? We vote someone and we elect people, right? We vote to elect somebody, right? We elect a prime minister, we elect a chief minister, we elect MLAs, etc. Right? So that is what elect means. Election campaign. It's a series of operations which is designed to win votes for a political party or a person or an organization. Okay, so that is called an electoral campaign or an election campaign. All the parties have their own campaign. They campaign in different ways, right? Some use digital medium, so some use print media to campaign, and door-to-door, etc. etc. There are lots of election campaigns which parties take up during elections. Okay, the election campaign should be focused on people's needs. The election campaign should be focused on people's needs. Okay, candidate, a person who is contesting the election from a particular party. The person who is in the race, like there are 2-3 candidates from different parties which contest election and one of them wins. So that is a candidate, a particular person who is standing for the elections. Okay, there's a tough competition between the two candidates. There's a tough competition between two candidates. Okay, another one very important is constituency. Constituency, a geographical area represented by a politician. A geographical area represented by a politician is called a election constituency or a constituency. So there are lots of constituencies in India. Every state, every town has its own constituency. So, and that area is represented by a political party or a political leader, or by a politician rather. Okay, we have a political leader from each constituency. We have a political leader from each constituency. Election. Of course, I forgot to take up this word election. It's a formal decision-making process to choose leaders. The Bihar election is going to be the next. The Bihar election is going to be the next. Another term is exit poll. After elections is over, or the elections gets over, there's an exit poll which is done by different channels or different media houses. Okay, what is this exit poll? It's a survey of voters leaving the polling booths. When people go to vote at some polling stations or polling booths, after their voting is done, there are lots of people who take their opinion, who ask them about whom they have voted, on what basis they have voted and all, and they take down the answers. Okay, that is a survey kind of. So this is what an exit poll is, and according to that, on that basis, whatever they found out, or whatever reply they got, they come up with a forecast that this party is going to win. So that is an exit poll. The exit polls need not to be correct every time. The exit polls need not to be correct every time. General election. General election is a regular election for national appointments or national bodies. Okay, so every 5 years we have general elections. Okay, now we also say landslide. Landslide victory. An overwhelming victory in an election is called landslide. BJP had a landslide win in 2014 elections. Okay, BJP had a landslide win in 2014 elections. Manifesto, very important. What is a manifesto? A document stating a party's intentions. Now, manifesto is very important. Every political party has their own manifesto. They promise something to the people, right? That when the government comes, they will be doing this, they will be taking care of infrastructure, they will be taking care of jobs, they will be taking care of maybe safety, hygiene, etc. etc. Lots of promises they make. So it's very important to know what is their niche political party's manifesto. It's very important to know before the election or before voting. Okay, political parties' manifesto highlights a lot of social issues or has taken up a lot of social issues. Okay, opinion poll. Another important term, opinion poll. A survey of public opinion. So after voting is over, people go and talk to, the media goes and talk to people, or the company who does survey, they go and speak to people about who is going to win and whom they have voted, etc., etc. And then they come up with this opinion about, from the public, that this party is going to win. So that is an opinion poll. Okay, polling station or polling booth. A designated place where you have to cast your vote. A designated place where you have to cast your vote. So generally in our hometown, it's basically primary schools and all, we go and cast our votes. So that is a polling station or a polling booth. Now there's another term which is called registered voter. Now people who have their ID card or voter's ID card is called a registered voter. People who have their ID cards is a registered voter. So I'm a registered voter at my hometown constituency. Another term is turnout. The voter turnout. We just speak about it during elections. The voter turnout was high, the voter turnout was low. Turnout means the people, the maximum or the percentage of people who voted or who went to vote is called turnout. We can say in the last elections, the voter turnout was very low. On last election, the voter turnout was quite high. Okay, EVMs, we do have EVMs, right? Electronic voting machines. These are machines wherein we can record our votes, and the election commission or the officials, they tally votes from the machine. Okay, so that is a electronic voting machine. In India, we vote through EVMs. In India, we vote through EVMs or electronic voting machines. Mandate. Now, some political parties win by a good mandate, or they win. So they say that, we have got the mandate to run the constituency. Mandate means they've got the authority or the power from the voters or the people they're representing. So people have voted for them to be in power. So they have given the authority to that person. So the political party can say, we have got the mandate of the people to run this constituency. Okay, so guys, this is how we talk about elections. So these are the basic, very general terminologies or vocabulary which are used when we talk about elections. when you listen to news or when you listen to people who are talking about elections or political parties, you will hear these kind of words very often. So if you know these words, now since you know these words, it will be much easier for you to understand everything in English. So next time when you are listening to any news about elections or voter ID card or any election commission news, you just try to follow that news in English and see how much difference this session would have made. You will realize that at that time. So watch my session, understand every word, try using those words in your own sentences, watch those news, and you will be able to relate to it. Okay, and I'm sure it will be a great help for you. Coming to the third part, I'm going to talk about why elections are so important in India. India is a democracy. Democracy means the whole population, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, etc., they vote to elect somebody to be in power. Okay, and that person has to take care of everybody's interests. So that is a democracy. So India is a democracy, and it's one of the largest democracies in the world. That is why we have elections every 5 years, and we have state elections also. And we have different elections for different positions as well. The Election Commission regulates all the elections. This body is in charge of holding elections, free and fair elections. Okay, the people who are eligible to vote, they get their voter ID card. They have to register themselves. They get their voter ID card and they become electorate. Like people who can go and vote. Since India is a very big country, we have different constituencies under each state. And each constituency is represented by a politician. Each constituency chooses a representative which goes and talks about or take their issues to the parliament or to the state assemblies. So this is how the system works. Okay, so we give our votes through EVMs. We register our votes through EVMs during elections, and we choose a representative to raise our issues to the government. Okay, according to the manifesto, people think whom to vote, and on that basis the political party wins. Either the win can be a landslide victory or it can be a tough competition also between two parties. Okay, the opinion poll, the exit polls comes after the election is over. The landslide victory also depends on the kind of campaign which the political party comes up with. If the political campaign or the campaign of a political party is very strong, they might win the election with a landslide victory. Okay, so this is how we can speak about the elections. Lots more we can talk about it. Right, so I've just tried to take up some vocabulary and speak about elections with those vocabularies. You can also try using these vocabularies and you can try speaking in many different ways. There are lots of things which you can come up with, and there are lots of things we can talk about, more about elections. Okay, so take up this topic and start speaking on it. If you have any experience also about, if you're a first time voter, if you have some other good or bad experience about voting, you can just take up that topic and speak about it as well. So you're free to choose your own topic. It just needs to be related to elections. Or if you have heard something in the news, or if you heard something in a podcast or from some political leader as well, you can take up that topic and speak about it. It's just a practice session for you guys. You just need to know the vocabulary. You just need to know how it is used, how you can use in your own sentences, and how you can speak about it. So that next time when you're talking to somebody about elections in English, you can have a better conversation and an elaborate conversation on this very easily and effectively, with fluency and confidence, of course. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.